Alright, this is Susie and the Werewolf Mystery, and here's the original story. This is written by Marley. One scary night, Susie was studying about the werewolf. Then she heard groaning, changing, and transforming. And then she heard a howl. Howl! The werewolf. And then she went in the woods where the werewolf lives. Then there were spiders and things, but she survived. Then she saw the werewolf's house. Then she went in. She saw claw marks and footprints. Then she realized this house was Sam's house. He was the werewolf all along, she said. Then she saw Sam. He got closer and closer and closer, and then he said, "Hello." She screamed and ran, and then she tripped. He said, "Let me explain." "Okay," she said. "The only way to reverse the curse is to kiss me," he said. "Do I have to?" she asked. "Trust me," he said. So she kissed him, and then he shrank. He was back to normal, and they got married. They had kids named Susie Jr., Max, Rosetta, and their twins, Zuzu and Zaza. And they never left each other's side ever since. The end. Now, here is my version of the story, adapted by me. Susie, Sam, Max, and Rosetta are in the library. There's a storm outside. Susie, Sam, Max, and Rosetta open up some books and are texting on their flip phones. Susie talks about her birthmark and blonde hair. Susie talks to Sam, Max, and Rosetta. Sam talks to Max about liking Susie. Sam says he needs to go to the bathroom. He turns into a werewolf behind a bookshelf, and the others hear a howl and know it's a werewolf. Susie wants to stay in the library and look at magazines instead of going after the werewolf. But Max and Rosetta convince Susie to come and find the werewolf and leave Sam behind in the bathroom. They leave him a note. Susie, Max, and Rosetta leave the library and start going into the woods. They spot footprints on the ground and trees with scratches on it. They follow the clues. Rosetta runs into a spider web and starts freaking out. They hear animal sounds like bat screams and snakes slithering everywhere and continue to follow the clues. They keep walking and end up finding a house. They start walking up the steps and realize that the house is Sam's. They all go inside the house. There's claw marks and footprints everywhere. They see picture frames of Sam and his family in it, and they wonder why the werewolf came there. Susie begins to walk around a corner, but right before she makes it, the werewolf jumps out in front of her. Susie, Max, and Rosetta all scream. Susie falls back, and the others run towards the door. The werewolf approached Susie. He got closer and closer until they were nose to nose. The werewolf said, "Hello," and Susie screamed. Susie says, "Oh my gosh, it's you." Sam wants to explain, but Susie's hesitant. Sam says that the only way to reverse the curse is to kiss him, and they kiss. Sam is lifted into the air and is covered in light. The light fades, and he is placed back on the ground as a human. Sam and Susie got married 5 years later. And Susie and Sam then have 5 kids. Susie Jr. was first, then Max and Rosetta, named after their friends, and their twins Zuzu and Zaza. Susie, Sam, and their kids live happily ever after. The end. I don't know how to get out.
That's such a cute way of reading it.